Projects would be easy if it wasn't for the people that get in the way. And that's a quote from a CEO of a global bank that I used to work for. But without people, we can't achieve anything in business. So can people in business change? And how do you motivate them to do so? We'll find out some of the secrets in just a moment. I'm going to focus on people-based change management in projects here, but all of the factors that apply to people change are the same in any kind of change. So let's start with some proven facts and figures. First, 65% of projects fail, either completely or fail to return the intended solutions or benefits. 45% of projects fail due to the lack of stakeholder engagement. And of the successful ones, only 9% succeed without a project sponsor. Project sponsor, an executive that fully supports the project. 73% succeed with a sponsor. So sponsorship, vitally important. Projects are 6 times more likely to succeed when there is some kind of structured people change management undertaken throughout the project. Employees' preferred sender of business messages come from senior executives and personal messages from their line managers. 46% and 70% respectively, more preferred than communications coming from project managers, only 4% preferred. Within these numbers that I've just given lies the success secrets behind any business-related change management. Change management accelerates 2 things: the change curve and the learning curve. And I'll focus on the change curve, as you may have heard about that already. And I'll keep things simple, so I'm going to give it 4 phases: denial, resistance, exploration, and then commitment. And if there's one thing that's certain in any change, is that there will be resistance. So let's quickly explore each. When we face a major change that's not of our own making, our first natural reaction is one of denial. We naturally refuse to accept the change, that it will impact us personally, or we just hope the change will go away. But once we accept that that change is going to affect us, then we naturally resist the changes to come, pushing back or trying to change the terms and conditions to suit our own needs. And often we will not even realise that we are resisting the change while we're kind of bargaining and negotiating to try and avoid the inevitable. When we begin to see that there is no way to avoid the change, then we will begin to explore, what the change is, how it will affect us. We look for solutions. We look even to get involved. And we'll work through the change until we become comfortable with it. Finally then, we begin to accept and become committed to the change. We may only commit, though, very close to the end of that process. It's kind of like the last 5% of the change journey for many people. It's kind of like the big final step. There are many methods and approaches, though, to help accelerate the change curve in business, such as Todd Jick's change acceleration process or ProSize ADKAR approach. And I'll leave some links in the description below. I can't cover all of the approaches in depth in this express introduction, but I will dive into some accelerating change by focusing on 5 basic needs. The 5 basic needs we all have to become comfortable with the change, and these sit on top of the factors I mentioned in the statistics, like having strong executive sponsorship, having some form of change management approach, and getting the executives and management to do the communicating. So my 5 basic needs for change. I need to be seen. I need to be heard. I need to be respected. I need to be safe. And I need to belong. And when all my 5 basic needs are met, then I am ready to change. So I need to be seen. As a project manager then, or change manager, recognizing that everyone that is impacted by the change are acknowledged and they're known, and that their starting situation is understood. Ignoring people who are impacted by a change is an easy way to ensure that you're going to face resistance. I need to be heard. I've talked about active listening in another video, I'll leave a link below. Listening to people will help them feel that they have been heard and that their concerns have been taken on board. I need to be respected. Treat everyone as though they matter, because they do matter, and respect their views even if they're opposite to the approach on the change. I need to be safe. Ensuring that there will be some kind of level of safety for people after the change really reassures people. And finally, I need to belong. Let people know where they end up after the change and which teams or groups they belong to. Paying attention up front and during the transition to these 5 basic needs will significantly accelerate people through the change curve, and your projects will be far, far more successful. So in summary, if there's one certainty in change, there will be resistance. Therefore, build strong sponsorship, invest in some level of change management, get the executives and managers to do the communicating, acknowledge and understand the change curve, address those 5 basic needs to be seen, heard, respected, safe, and to belong. And that's been an express introduction to change management. Thank you very much for watching.